Thanks, Lee. Coming up on Newswatch 16 Sports, the men's and women's basketball teams prepare for the NCAA tournament. Cornell lacrosse starts its season this afternoon, and Daytona 500 sets fire, literally. Stick with us.
Now, Newswatch 16 Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kira Dowd with Newswatch 16 Sports. Spring is officially here with the Cornell men's lacrosse team opening their 2012 season this afternoon against Binghamton. Cornell sits third in the nation coming into today's game. And now we're going to head over to East Hill, where the Cornell men's lacrosse team is taking over for Binghamton, and Doug Tesario, right off the face-off, wins it and finds Pennell to rip it past Jordan Mara, puts the Cornell up 5-2. Now Binghamton is still hanging around. Tyler Perrell has a sweet turnaround shot to beat Cornell goalie Brian O'Donnell. Binghamton now down 5-3. Back to Cornell. Steve Mock is cutting in front of the net, is able to put it in for a 6-4 lead. And Pennell, again, with his back to the net, this time goes low and rips a shot past the far post. And it's 7-4 Cornell. But still, before the half, Binghamton is able to get one more. Kelly Donegan rolls from front from behind. Cornell would go on to win 17-12. Now, Cornell has high hopes for this season with several of their top players returning. Last year, the Big Red lost to the eventual national champion in Virginia during the NCAA tournament. Cornell women's hockey continued to roll through the ECAC in the quarterfinals this weekend. After a rough showing in a 4-2 win on Friday, the Big Red were looking to bounce back Saturday afternoon against Brown in a best-of-3 series. To line our rink, we have them here taking on Brown. And the first goal in the first minute of the game, Chelsea Karpenko puts it 5-hole to put Cornell up with a high lead. Still in the first, this time Karpenko is able to slide it over to Laura Fortino after some nice cycle work, who blasts it past the Brown goalie, and it's 2-0. On to the second, Jill Saulnier will deflect a slapper here from Amanda Young, and it's 4-0 Cornell. Just like that, it's turning into a bit of a beatdown, and Erin Barley Maloney wants to get in on the action. She takes it around the net all by herself, is able to rip it top shelf past the Brown goalie. Cornell would go on to win 6-0. After both the men and women's basketball teams brought Empire 8 championship titles to South Hill, both are now headed to the NCAA tournament. Over here you have the women will be hosting their regional tournament at Ben Light Gymnasium this weekend. Bowdoin will face against Southern Maine at 6 before Ithaca takes on Elms at 8. The Bombers have never played Elms in team history, but they are 0-4 all-time against Southern Maine and 0-2 against Bowdoin. The winners will face off in the finals on Saturday. Now for the men, their tournament journey will begin against the host Staten Island Dolphins in their regional semifinal. The Bombers have never played Staten Island, who went 24-4 this season. The Dolphins are 3-12 all-time in the NCAA tournament, while Ithaca is 3-14 all-time. Tip-off for that game will be 7:30, following a 5:30 matchup between Rhode Island and Salem State. Ithaca continued to clean up championships over the weekend, taking home state titles in both men and women's swimming and diving. Senior diver Jody Costello set school and championship meet records at the 3-meter event, and junior Carly Jones set a school record in her win in the 200-meter breaststroke. The Bombers also won their 13th straight Empire 8 title. One of the biggest races in NASCAR came close to tragedy last night after multiple crashes. The Daytona 500 had a frightening moment when driver Juan Pablo Montoya lost control of his car and crashed sideways into the fuel truck. The track was already under construction from a previous crash when Montoya noticed some malfunctioning in his car. After making a pit stop to get it checked out, he was pulling back into the racing lanes when his car spun out, drifting sideways into a truck that was drying the track. The fuel on the truck caused, as you can see, a pretty big fire, and here's Montoya after the crash.
And I did the pit stop, and when I came out of the pit stop, I felt a vibration in second gear, and I thought, I think either transmission broke or something broke. I wasn't even going that fast. And I told him, it's moving, and it's traveling a lot. It just felt really strange, and as I was stuck in the ready, the car just turned right.
Did you feel the explosion?
Oh yeah, they burned the helmet and everything. So it's not a way you want to finish a Daytona 500.
Matt Kenseth took home the victory. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.